Welcome to Lads Have a Chat. Today we'll be talking about football gossip between ourselves. So to start off this conversation, we're going to talk about Sterling. Where do you think he's going to go on, Carl?
Well, I don't believe he's able to get into the Chelsea team or Man City team because he's not good enough right at the moment and he should stay at Liverpool.
Alright. Who's better than him at City?
Well, I believe Navas and Milner right now are better than Sterling.
Navas is getting on his age and Milner's out of contract in the summer.
Yes.
Man City have the funds for it and he wants his money. So they'll give him his wage demands plus more and more of a chance to win the league.
But then if you think about it, when he does arrive at City, there will be a lot of pressure on him to succeed, and I reckon that pressure could get to him. That's why he should stay at Liverpool and grow his career, then maybe when he's about 24, 25, then choose a club, maybe like Chelsea or City, yeah.
I kind of agree with you, but I think he shouldn't leave because he owes a debt to Liverpool. He's a very young player to be like starting at Premier League club like Liverpool. It's an honour. He shouldn't disrespect the club by rejecting the contract just like that. I think he owes him something.
So when do you think he'll be ready? How many more seasons will Sterling have that potential to join a bigger team than Liverpool?
Well, honestly, I think maybe 2-3 seasons because like right now he's maybe 21, so 22, 23, maybe. But when he starts scoring regularly and providing more assists, that's when I think he'll be ready to join a top club team.
I think he's already reached that stage because he does score quite regularly, and I think he's one of Liverpool's top goal scorers at the moment, isn't he?
Are Liverpool not a top club team then?
Yeah, is that what you're saying? Or?
Liverpool are a top club team, but they should have not sold Suarez in the summer, and they're relying on people like Sterling to get them out of jail.
In all fairness though, I mean the same situation happened at my old club, Spurs. Gareth Bale was easily the best player in the league, as was Suarez with Liverpool. He wanted to go because it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to join either Barcelona or Real Madrid. I understand that Tottenham and Liverpool shouldn't have sold their best players, but what's the point of keeping a player that doesn't want to be there?
Exactly.
And I think the same situation is going to happen with Sterling. The same way Suarez outgrew Liverpool and his potential was anything more than Liverpool could have had. Their one season was last season and they messed up. Sterling will never be able to have the same opportunity he had last season.
I think it's really 50-50 of Sterling's choice because I think that he should stay personally because they've lost too much already. They've lost Steven Gerrard and then Suarez. So losing Sterling, one of their main key young players coming through, could really damage them and put them even lower than they already are. And if he does go to a big class team, someone like Real Madrid or something like that, will he get played as much as he would at Liverpool?
Yeah, that's the problem. If he did join a team like Real Madrid, Barcelona, Chelsea or City, if he did not get played, that's obviously going to damage him, like his ability. And
I don't think it'll damage his ability, just his confidence.
Yes, his confidence.
But I think that's the main issue of it.
Yeah.
He's come out and he said he's not a money-grabbing teenager, even though he's 20 years old. Smart one.
Yeah.
With Liverpool are in that bracket just below the top 4. Anyone else, he isn't good enough to get in, and that's going to be his problem.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Next topic: Man City, the league race. It's really tight now. We're coming to the end. Chelsea are obviously in the lead. Biased opinion. So Man City have dropped quite a lot. What are your thoughts on that?
I think they kind of did it themselves. They should have tried harder.
in my opinion, City players have not performed this season.
Yeah.
Not as last season. There's just been, in my opinion, Vincent Kompany has not been the player he was 2 seasons ago. In my opinion, he's been awful this season.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because he's cost the team a lot of goals, and that just stabbed the team back in the.
But he's a captain as well.
But his ability isn't that bad. I mean, you have to remember he's come back from a pretty bad injury. He didn't have a break in the World Cup because he got to the quarterfinals, I think it was, with Belgium.
Yeah.
So you've got to remember he was the captain for club and country, played every game, gets one injury to one of his key muscles in his leg, that's him done for a large portion of the season.
Yeah.
I mean, the person they bought to replace him, Mangala, isn't good enough for the Premier League as of yet. He could get better. He could prove us wrong, and next season he could be the best player in the league. But at the moment, he isn't ready to replace someone as vital as Company.
My problem is that when City first won the league, their defence, Company and the Static was proper solid. Why stop playing the Static and sell him on and buy players like Di Michelis, who's like almost 33, so he's going to probably go at the end of this season.
So do you think Man City will rise up again, or will they?
I think they'll drop lower. Like, this might be a bit biased, but I think Liverpool might be able to clinch the 4th place and get Champions League. And for Man City, if they were to drop, I think that would be a very, very huge hit to
For
Man City.
For Man City's main priority now is to make sure they get minimum of 4th place, because they're not going to win the league. Biased opinion, considering I'm a Chelsea fan, but 9 points behind with Chelsea having the game in hand, no way.
But at the same time, I think the minimum for City is 3rd, because 3rd is automatic promotion into the automatic qualification. Into the Champions League. You have to remember, City are going to get rid of half of their squad. Milner's going, Navis is going, Di Michelis, you said, is probably going to go, and Torre is going to go. Zeko's looking to get his way out. There's 5 key players in the first team that are probably going to end up leaving because of either contract or they're just getting on in age. You cannot attract the biggest players until you're in the Champions League. And when the end of the second leg of the Champions League is done, it's a week before the transfer window. They finish 3rd, they're in the Champions League, they can get everybody in. 3rd is the minimum for City.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
But wouldn't other clubs believe that their minimum is 3rd and will be fighting for that 3rd place or 4th place?
I'm not denying that it's not going to be difficult. I just think, in terms of Man City's point of view, their next season depends on whether they finish 3rd or not.
Yeah.
Because Tottenham, when we got into the Champions League, had the same issue. We weren't guaranteed Champions League, we had qualification, that's why we only have signed Rafa van der Vaart. 3rd for teams like Arsenal, City and Man United, that's the key for them.
For Man City should be a team that should be challenging for the Premier League and challenging for the Champions League. Now, people do say that they're beginners and they've had 4 seasons in the Champions League now, and I'm sorry, but they haven't learned from their mistakes. When they go up against teams like Barcelona, they just use tactics of defend, and go on the counter-attack. You're not going to be a team like Barcelona who have possession all the game. They're going to end up scoring a goal.
Right, back onto the league race. So Arsenal are 2nd. Wenger states that if Arsenal keep up their good performances and get 100% on every match they do till the end, they believe that they can catch up with Chelsea. And with Chelsea's poor performance recently, will they be able to?
Nah, I think this is Chelsea's in the bag, because I think
Chelsea have
too much at too late.
Yeah.
Because Chelsea still have the game in hand, and it all depends. Because Arsenal have to go to Chelsea, isn't it? Or
No, Chelsea actually have to go to Arsenal.
See, Chelsea win that game, title's done. Chelsea lose that game, they're still 4 points ahead of Arsenal with the game in hand.
Yeah.
They win that game in hand, they're back to 7 points.
They've still got security if they lose.
Exactly, so they can go into that
right
Arsenal
now,
game.
Chelsea only need 4 games to win the title. So I can't see them messing up. Even though I know I'm a Chelsea fan, but too late for Arsenal.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I'm going to take your job for a second. I'm going to put a question out there. You can answer it as well. Do you think this Arsenal team next season has the ability to challenge for the league?
Ooh.
Bearing in mind that other teams all around them, like City, United and Liverpool, hopefully Tottenham, will improve. Do you think they could challenge for the league next season?
I think this happens with Arsenal every year. They get really close. I believe this is the closest they've come in a few years. But possibly they'll have the same season next season, and then maybe that season after that go back to their normal state. But I don't believe that they'll win the title anytime soon.
Well, it's been a long time since Arsenal have had quite a solid team, winning games consecutive, and depends who they bring in.
Yeah, we're talking about other teams bringing in players.
Yeah.
But what if Arsenal strengthen their team? That could be amazing for them. And I think if they do strengthen their team to be much better, I think they could really have a really good chance of winning the title.
Right, now onto our final topic, Champions League. So, what are opinions on the Champions League? Let's talk about the match Porto versus Bayern Munich. 3-1.
Slaughtering.
I had fun writing that one for the website I work for, cheap plug. But I just think Bayern Munich went out, they just weren't fancying it, they missed their key players, and Porto wanted it more, I think.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do doubt Porto. Like, I mean, they're in the Champions League, but a lot of teams do think that they're not they're not the quality that the Champions League requires. But I think they've really shown themselves like what they're worth, like by beating Bayern Munich, one of the giants of Europe.
Yeah.
You get to the Champions League quarter-final for a reason.
Yeah.
I'm guessing this what happened in the previous round. Everyone was expecting Arsenal to destroy Monaco, and Monaco won 3-1. This is basically the same situation. Everyone thought Bayern were going to destroy Porto. Porto win 3-1.
Yeah.
So Porto have won it before. Do you think they can win it again? Although taking the fact that Mourinho was in charge at that time.
Yeah, I don't think that will happen. I think this is like a very good victory for them, and this will probably like boost their squad morale and like their fame like within Europe. But I don't think they have enough to win the Champions League. I mean, that's a very, very big shout.
So who is your money on?
My money's on Barcelona.
I'm gonna throw a bit of a curveball here. I'm gonna say Juventus.
Really? Oh.
Such a solid unit when they need to be, and that Carlos Tevez is playing the football of his life.
And Pogba at the
You've got
moment.
Pogba's injured at the moment, but let's say if they get to the final, he's going to be there.
Yeah.
Pirlo's doing well, Marchisio's doing well. Defensively, you've got Buffon in goal, still kicking on. Chiellini and Barzagli, or Bonucci, or Evra. You know, it's a good team.
Yeah.
It's
Very
very
solid.
underestimated.
Yeah.
I believe that Real Madrid will do it.
What
Do you
about
think they'll beat Atletico then?
Yes, I do believe that.
They haven't beaten them in last six meetings.
Real Madrid won the last Champions League Cup and they're looking to get the second consecutive cup in years.
See, in my opinion, I can see Atletico knocking out Real Madrid because, in my opinion, even though Real Madrid are home in the second leg, Atletico are having an advantage of the away goal rule. If the score finishes 1-1, Atletico goes through on away goals.
I'm with this one. I think Atletico can beat Real Madrid and then can go on to win the Champions League. Because last year, like they were kind of underdogs and they won the league and nearly won the Champions League themselves. So
Yes,
But
but the difference
Real Madrid.
between that team last year was they had a goal scorer in Diego Costa, a top quality keeper in Thibaut Courtois.
That
but
is
then
true.
saying that, then look at where they are right now. You can't really.
Well, they're
remind
third
them.
now. Last
They're
No,
season,
I'm talking
They're
in
third
the
in the-
Champions League.
They're
Like,
third in the league, but
Yeah.
I think that's more. Obviously, losing Costa and Courtois
Yeah.
and Felipe Luis is such a massive loss that it's going to hurt any team. But to stay third when you've got the sort of superpowers of Real Madrid and Barcelona
Yeah.
in front of them, to get into the quarter-final of the Champions League, going to the Bernabeu, having a chance of actually winning and repeating last season, Diego Simeone's doing an absolutely magnificent job.
in my opinion, if Atletico do knock out Real Madrid, Carlos Ancelotti will lose his job.
Thank you. Right, that's all that we have time for at Lads Have a Chat. Thank you for watching. That's it.